1212 Rebel Tedtv here, and we're gonna dip into the anime world because this lovely young lady, Ashley Payton, a.k.a. Squid Kid 1111, unalived herself recently, a few days ago, and she unalived herself because of the racism that she was getting inside of the anime community. She did a lot of cosplay. She looked good doing the cosplay or whatever, you know what I mean? But there's people in the cosplay and the anime community. There's a lot of racism going on there, and it's been going on for years. And I'm gonna play some people reactions, which made this video kind of long. But there's been racism going on in the anime community for years, which doesn't make it okay. You know what I mean? But it's just something that's been going on for years, and now that this young lady done committed suicide or whatever, now everybody wanna say something or do something. My thing is, where was y'all when people was attacking Yasuke? Y'all wasn't around defending Yasuke. Now I mean, it's another thing about people in this country or whatever. They want to defend the black woman, but not the black man. Now I mean, racism go both ways. It affected him just like it affected her. Now I mean, so why wasn't nobody around and nipped this in the bud when they was attacking Yasuke? This is what I don't understand. Y'all want to pick and choose certain type of fights, certain type of battles to fight when all them unrighteous battles should be fought. We should always fight against racism. You know what I mean? And this is the problem. Where was y'all when they was attacking y'all? Shouldn't have no racism slot. So y'all should bring that up, just like y'all bringing this up right now. Even though this still with Yasuke is old, but it isn't that old. Cause I just heard they was about to give us some DLC, but they didn't because they feared about the backlash for Yasuke for Assassin's Creed. So this racism thing continues, but in the black community, in the hood community, people don't really have too much sympathy for people that commit suicide, and I don't know, that might be a problem. You know what I mean? That's why they have this thing. I don't know what this thing is. This she over here saying a whole bunch of foul things about Squid Kid 1111, Ash Payton. You know what I mean? All them things she said, she shouldn't have said. But at the same time, black people think that. You know what I mean? Like, you was just too weak to make it in this world. You know what I mean? People don't... I have a couple of friends that committed suicide, and listen, a lot of people didn't care. They didn't care like I cared. And a lot of people didn't care. One reason, like, you're not strong enough as a black person living in America in this world. If you're not strong enough to make it, then you just sent yourself to a better place. That's why a lot of people don't have sympathy. You got to be strong, emotionally strong, mentally strong, and physically strong to survive as a black person in this world. I think we need a little more empathy or something like that. Maybe a little more sympathy. But what happened, what drove her to this was foul. And what I'm not understanding is, did she not feel the love from her family? Was she not educated by her family to know that, yo, things like this going on in the world and you gotta adapt to it a certain way, you gotta deal with it a certain way? But that's the thing too. A lot of people in anime, they don't like black culture. They don't like black people. A lot of people, I just seen somebody, I can't find the post, but I just seen some dude talking about how he's into comic books, and it was a godsend, it was a blessing that he found a black woman that's into comic books too, into cosplaying too, because a lot of them don't like themselves. There were a lot of black people in cosplay and anime don't like black culture. They don't want to date black people. So it was a godsend that he found a black woman that actually wants to date a black man. Same thing with the black man. The black men in cosplay, they don't want to date black women type shit in cosplay. So you got a lot of self-hate and racism. And this is what happens when you try to get close to these people that don't really like you. You know what I mean? But I want to hear y'all opinion mostly. I'm going on too long. I want to hear y'all opinion, but I'm also going to play y'all all of these reactions from these people. You know what I mean? Let me know what it is.
place by the ring where I'll be looking in their eyes when they're down. I wanna feel it. I bet on losing dogs. I always want you when I'm finally fine. How you'd be over me looking.
An anime cosplayer is no longer with us, and it's because of racism. Ashley, who went by the username squidkid1111, she was a cosplayer that cosplayed anime characters. Her cosplays are amazing. If you scroll through her page, you guys cannot tell me these aren't good cosplays. But wait, some people will say they aren't good because she's black. Unfortunately, racism is still very much a thing in today's world. Ashley's family made a post announcing the passing of Ashley. They revealed in a recent story post that she received many disgusting racist comments. I'm not gonna put the comments on screen, but just know they are disgusting. All these comments built up dark thoughts within Ashley, and she decided to exit the world by her own hands. Something like this should never happen in the anime, gaming, cosplaying community. Fans should be able to cosplay any character that they like, and they shouldn't have to worry about receiving racist comments. We need more people to take a stand and bring awareness to the situation.
Some of y'all not gonna like this take, and I don't really care. I am so sick and tired of seeing these videos after the passing of Ash of people saying we need to educate ourselves. We need to educate the community so that things like this never happen again. Because what do we need to educate ourselves on? That racism is bad? That bullying people online might make them want to check off this earth faster? Like, these aren't new concepts. And a part that makes me genuinely mad, like genuinely makes me want to tweak out when I hear people talk about what happened to this young lady, is that I'm hearing people say, oh, because this is something that's been wrong with the community for a while now. No, say what it is. This is the culture built around a lot of these online spaces, and people find it perfectly acceptable until a situation like this happens where a young girl loses her life. When a Japanese creator wants to put black characters in her story and she creates a black man who's on the lighter side, people run to the comments to say that he's anything but black because they love the character, they love the black culture around him, but they hate the idea that he might actually be a black man. When Miles Morales puts on the mask, he's not Spider-Man, he's Miles Morales, because Spider-Man can be any other race, any other gender, any other species, but he can't be a black person. When a Japanese person creates a manga to highlight the struggle of mixed race people in Japan and it follows a black mixed race girl, met with none but racism and controversy. To the people who are saying, oh, the cosplay community hasn't always been like this and we need to clean this up. Well, when are you going to start cleaning it up? Because there's no way someone like me, who has never cosplayed a day in my life, doesn't have any friends who cosplay, and I know how racist the cosplay space is. My friends who don't even engage in this side of the internet know how racist this community can be. And I'm not ignorant enough to say that there aren't people in the community that are against racism that will speak up, but I'm not going to act like a majority of these people are not very much indifferent to it. They never would have spoke about her mental health. They never would have made a video about all the full body hockey jokes or the you're too dark to cosplay these character comments. They never would have made a video about any of that, and the only reason they're talking about her now is because she's dead.
So a cosplayer that goes by Ashley, they're a they, them, they recently unalived themselves due to harassment, bullying, and mostly racism. I feel like people don't understand people's words can be very hurtful, and it's not even just the words. It's like you could already be going through something in your personal life. A lot of cosplayers, we use this to escape. This is like a good hobby to escape and have fun, escape real life stress, whatever you may be going through. Imagine going to your escape and seeing hatred towards you for something you can't control, the color of your skin. People need to understand, like I was saying, it's not always the comment. A lot of the times it could be build up of what's going on in your personal life, and these comments can be your trigger. It could be the last resort. Like, it's very much so possible. So I don't like how people are like, oh, you did this over a comment. No, you need to look at the bigger picture. People look at it so like narrow-minded, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand it until they're put in that situation.
I never cared about Squid Kid taking their own life. And what I'm referring to is my mutual indie talking about the anime community having a culture of racism regarding the One Piece live action newest casting. That's how I knew all y'all saying RIP Squid Kid racism doesn't belong in the anime community was straight up lying. Cause what is this, bro? Make the Grand Line great again? They are not helping Zoro beat the allegations at all, or they're not helping the allegations at all. My boy Zoro not beating the allegations. Zoro turns his body cam off. Y'all want me to believe that y'all care about Squid Kid taking their own life? You can miss me with that. A lot of y'all in the anime community is just purely performative, bro. Y'all just letting people misgender Squid Kid left and right. You let the minority Zoro Hunter jokes slide. You let the freaking Conquerors hockey jokes regarding black people slide in your comments all the time, and y'all have hundreds of thousands of followers, bro. I have over 22,000. I can easily moderate my chat. I know y'all can too. Y'all average a couple hundred comments, not a couple thousand, a couple hundred each video. I know y'all can freaking censor or not delete comments or something like that are like racist and obviously problematic, but no, y'all choose not to. Crazy that y'all cultivate this such a culture of racism and then be shocked and then make all those performative videos talking about RIP this black cosplayer that took their own life, but you have no problem letting all these problematic comments slide in your comment sections. But hey, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section now.
Unfortunately, whenever I cosplay Momo Ayase, I do get a lot of racism. I don't know, they all use the same jokes, and it's like, it's getting a little old.
Me and my homies dressed up as Death Note characters for Halloween weekend, and I was L because I kind of have L's like hairstyle. My roommate was Light because he has a light hairstyle. We're both Asian, and then my friend Varel, who's black, was Ryuk. So we made our costumes. Everyone looked really accurate. I thought it was gonna be fire. The first video I uploaded was Light and Ryuk like walking through the hallway, and Ryuk is in the back just smiling and following him around. So tell me why when I posted this one, this is what the comment section was looking like. This video did so good that it was no longer just like a part of my community. It kind of just blew up and went straight into the anime community.
Everyone wants to step up and be like, well, this character isn't black, so why are you cosplaying it? The shameless use of the N-word, the shameless use of calling them slurs, calling them all types of derogatory things, all because they want to cosplay their favorite character who isn't black, or just cosplay in general.
So a cosplayer that goes by Ashley, they're a they, them, they recently unalived themselves due to harassment, bullying, and mostly racism.
Why are you always talking about race? Why are you always bringing racism into everything? Just stick to the anime. Stop talking about race. A black cosplayer just died because of the constant racist abuse they have to endure on the internet. No, I'm not asking you to care. No, I'm not asking you to cry about it. No, I'm not asking you to comment whatever performative RIP fly high you will be missed comments that you're getting ready to type. All I'm doing here is letting you know that racism has real world, real life consequences that affect real people in real life.
And any black person that commits suicide, you're the problem because...
Hi, black person that attempted that here, what did we do to you?
That's why I do not care about that be committing suicide. I don't feel bad for you at all. There's no type of empathy. Ash, you deserved it. You took your own life. You deserved it. Girl, you're weak. You're boo-boo.
Anybody calling mental health struggles a sign of weakness doesn't know what strength is. A strong person knows that everybody's obstacles are different. A strong person can respect another person's struggles even if they haven't experienced it.
When a Japanese creator wants to put black characters in her story and she creates a black man who's on the lighter side, people run to the comments to say that he's anything but black because they love the character. They love the black culture around him, but they hate the idea that he might actually be a black man.
When the family holds a memorial service to celebrate their life, commemorate their legacy, and mourn their passing, and when the cosplay and anime community rallies to call attention to the issues of racism and cosplay, you decide to say this.
I suggest y'all go check out her Instagram account because that is currently the only one that is active right now, along with her memorial on her Instagram account from her loved one posting that on her account. I suggest you go show her support because they are currently going through a lot right now. I'm sure you can tell. I will list it on the screen right now. If you don't know the number, please call the hotline. Please call your loved one. Call your friend, your family, your grandparents, anybody that you know. Please talk to somebody. And if you don't even know them, go to the police office, the hospital, talk to somebody.
Ignore the background. That's just my brother sleeping. But as you saw, those clips is basically about this person that cosplay and they go by the name Ash on TikTok. And they took their own life because of racism and harassment. It was so hard the first time I learned about this. It actually made me want to cry the first time I heard about this. And I told my sister about it, even she was disgusted. And no matter what you do, people just can't change. It's always going to have so many people or that one person who obviously don't like black people or just the way you look or how your body looks. They always have these people that thinks, oh, you can't cosplay as that person because your skin color doesn't match that complexion or something like that, or trying to cosplay as a person and they're skinnier and you're like have a little more weight. They will say, oh, you can't dress like that person because they're skinnier. And again, these are fictional characters. I swear, it's always those weird, goofy people that looks funny and don't even show their face always have something to say. And it's really so sad that somebody had to take their own life thinking it's gonna help. Trust me, taking your own life, trust me, it's not gonna take away the pain. It's not gonna take away the pain. And it's so sad that they did that. I think they said that they was like either like 19 or in their 20s. Either way, that shouldn't have happened. They did not deserve to go out that way. This world is cruel, and like I said, we can never change people because the person is just going to stay the same. Cosplaying and the anime convention is supposed to be so fun. It's supposed to help us escape for our actual life and have fun, but we cannot do that without people judging us, and they can be in our own community. And people be complaining that black people never be in anime, so once they do it, they have like black people in animes, somebody always have something to say, and then that's where the racist comments come. They probably thought that was the only way to escape everything. And trust me, like I said, taking your own life is not gonna help. And it's so sad. I hope the family is doing okay. Please go support the family. I know they're probably gonna do a lot, and it's hard to lose somebody, especially if they're your child.
We cosplayers need to think long and hard about our response to Squid Kid 1111's passing. In the past few days, I've seen a deluge of videos paying tribute to Ash, even from those like me who didn't have the privilege of knowing them. Make no mistake about it, these videos are good. We need to honor the legacy of a black cosplayer who brought joy to so many people, and we need to mourn the fact that we no longer have the honor of their presence. But in the past few days, I've started to realize how much more work we all have to do. Previously, my instinct would have been to look at Ash and think, wow, they're a great cosplayer, and treat them like any other cosplayer out there. In other words, I treat them with equality. But that's no longer enough, because if a white cosplayer, Asian cosplayer like me for instance, received mean comments about my skin color, everyone would be quick to jump to my defense. Black cosplayers face a different reality, not only because of the frequency of the hateful comments that they receive, but because of those comments' relative brutality. That's why I believe that I can do better. Why we can do better. The social status quo does not elevate black cosplayers to the level of their non-black peers. So we cosplayers need to fill in that gap. When someone makes a derisive comment about a black cosplayer's skin, we need to call those comments out with the same urgency that we use for other creators, even if it means staking our own social reputations. When a black cosplayer posts a cosplay, we need more people and more companies to actively and genuinely support them in their social feeds and marketing. We need to do more to promote equity in the cosplay space, and to be less concerned about equality for the sake of our community and to honor Ash's legacy. It's time that we learn that difference. By the way, if you're one of the people who left a malice-filled remark on Ash's page or DM'd them just to harass, I hope that you someday go through a fraction of the pain that you caused her. Maybe then you'll become half the person that they were. Go fuck yourself.
Cosplay's for everyone, and it's fun as fuck to dress up as your favorite character, and Squid Kid did this shit fucking perfect. Her cosplays were goddamn amazing, and people weren't making fun of her cosplays, they were making fun of her for the color of her fucking skin. The anime community is so fucking disgusting. I hate that I'm a part of this shit. I fucking hate it. Why are they making fun of her death after the fact as well and just laughing at that shit? So fucking gross. This is why people—
Your lips were soft like winter. In your passion, I was lost.
So Ash also went to a convention, and a photographer asked to take a photo of her. This same photographer uploaded the photo of Ash, and there were a bunch of racist comments left under the photo. Instead of deleting the comments, the photographer liked some of the racist comments and responded to them laughing at her, even though she did him a favor and let him photograph her. We also have to ask ourselves this question: why do people have to get pushed to their very last point in order for people to speak up and say, hey, this isn't okay? It was never okay. Let's read this one tweet as well. Being a black anime fan is difficult. Knowing that you receive tons of backlash for merely existing. Yep, that is true. Someone even commented, I hate these black always doing cosplays.
I think that it's very important that I use my platform to talk about this. I understand that I'm probably not going to really say anything that hasn't already been said on the topic, but I think if I can use the platform that I have for anything, it's to talk about this. It's to talk about what happened to Ash and why this community desperately needs to do better. Ash was an incredibly talented black cosplayer. I was never lucky enough to have met them or to have followed them while they were alive. I I believe they were 20, which is about as old as my sister. And it just guts me what happened. I need to try to keep it together. I made a video trying to talk about this the other day, and I just couldn't post it because it was just... So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put my emotions out, but it's hard not to, because I have seen how Black cosplayers, how Black people are treated within this community. And I know a lot of people have tried to kind of broaden this topic into it's not about them being Black, it's just bullying. It is about their race. They were targeted specifically for being a Black cosplayer. A lot of the comments that they received were anti-Black. A lot of the comments that they received were racist bullying, and I think we need to be specific when we have these conversations and not water it down into general bullying, because this was so much more than that. The bullying that Ash received is large in part the reason why they are no longer with us. I need people to understand that when we say it's just the internet and to log off, that is not something that people who are marginalized necessarily have the privilege to be able to do. Racism doesn't just stop when you put your phone down. This is something that people experience in their day-to-day life, every day, in person, online, wherever. We don't know necessarily the extent of what Ash went through, or what anyone else like Ash goes through. We'll never know the full extent. And I think it is really beyond time that we have these discussions in this community and in other communities as well, that we need to start excluding. I've seen a lot of calls for inclusion. We need to be excluding people that are cruel and unkind and racist and awful, because this is what our community unfortunately is going to be until we change it. I need us to make a change. I really don't know necessarily what it's going to take, because a lot of people feel emboldened behind a screen. They feel confident behind a screen that they can say whatever they'd like to and not face repercussions for it. But I need people to make sure that they are protecting those in our community that are facing this. I need people to be stepping up and saying something. I need people to be calling it out. I need people to be making sure that these people are identified and excluded from events, from conventions, from anything relating to this community. This has to be shut down and shut out, because we can't have more people like Ash. This can't keep happening. It cannot. I cannot say how sorry I am to Ash's family, to their friends, to everybody that's experiencing the loss of this person because of this. It is incredibly cruel. I don't understand it. I cannot fathom treating another person that way. And I just hope that if anything ever comes out of this, it's that people really wake up and realize that this community has to do better for our Black cosplayers, for our Black community members, because this is going to continue to happen. And it cannot.